Last 2 weeks, drone strikes have pummeled Yemen, here in the Arabian Peninsula. We know there's been at least 9 strikes in the last 10 days, and last Thursday alone, Yemen was hit by 3 drone strikes in one day. 34 so-called militants have been killed in these strikes. However, the administration admits they're not entirely sure who's being killed and what effect it's having. As the Washington Post reported, officials said Tuesday there's no indication that senior al-Qaeda operatives in Yemen have been killed in the drone strikes. It's too early to tell whether we've actually disrupted anything, a senior U.S. official said. And as American robots rain bombs on a foreign country like Yemen, there's not even an acknowledgement by the President of the United States that this is even taking place at all. Here he was last Friday when asked directly about it.
I will not have a discussion about operational issues.
Now, this is all in response to that terror threat allegedly gleaned from that Legion of Doom al-Qaeda conference call. But ask ordinary folks on the ground in Yemen, the only terror they see are robots with bombs stalking the sky. As one Sana'a-based lawyer told the Huffington Post, it's like there are 2 different Yemens, the one that the U.S. and Yemeni government claims is always under a terrorist threat, and the one that we actually live in with drones. It's like they stepped through the looking glass. And we can't know for sure, but estimates suggest that as many as 600 people, perhaps more, have been killed in both confirmed and unconfirmed drone strikes in Yemen. But as Foreign Policy noted this month, for all the strikes and all the dead, al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula continues to attract more members, growing from 300 in 2009 to well over 1,000 today. And investigative journalist Chris Woods told me the U.S. is entirely unaware of the long-term consequences of this drone bombing campaign.
I don't think any of us are aware of the consequences. We can look back on the invasion of Iraq by the US and UK 10 years ago and some of the appalling consequences that were unleashed from that. The radicalization of many young Muslim men, terrorist attacks across Europe and many attempted terrorist attacks on the United States, some of which succeeded as a direct consequence of that. One can look at the drone strikes and assume we might get similar patterns of behavior.
In Yemen, the definitions of terrorism have been blurred. Where is the terror coming from? Murky al-Qaeda conference calls or killer robots stalking the skies? And if there are legitimate terror threats emanating from the Arabian Peninsula, then is our drone bombing campaign there keeping us safe or radicalizing more who want to do us harm? Those are questions for the administration, once it comes around to acknowledging these strikes are even happening in the first place. In Washington, Sam Sacks, RT.